Several weeks ago, Ulanzi contacted me and offered me to review this tripod. I said yes, but I want to review this tripod in a real situation, in a real world, in a real landscape photography adventure. So, Ulanzi provided me with this tripod. No money changed hands, they didn't sponsor this video, and they will see this video at the same moment as you when I publish it. This is my location, the ruin in a cornfield. And this is my gear, Sony a6700 with Viltrox 9mm. I choose this place because there are a lot of interesting compositions, different possibilities, different shapes, and I'll try to shoot a beautiful sunset here with this tripod, and for sure I'll try to shoot some stars with the silhouettes of these ruins shaped on the night sky. And during this photo shoot I will share with you some quirks, some pros and cons I found already about this tripod. First of all, I do love these legs, I do love these locks. With this type of lock I can see if it's opened or if it's closed. And I love it so much, because my previous tripod has this type of rotating thing to close and open, and pretty often legs of my tripod were open, then I thought it's closed. Another nice thing about this tripod, it has 1/4-inch hole in the center column, and I will use this hole Can you see this? I will put your camera here, so you will be able to see my composition on the screen of my camera with no effort. Well, I put your camera on a magic arm connected to this exact 1/4-inch hole in the Ulanzi tripod. This is just smart and beautiful, and this is very convenient. And of course, there is a link in the description of this video with some juicy discount on this tripod if you are curious, and this will be a huge support to my channel. And here comes the most craziest thing about this tripod. This is the ball head, probably one of the most controversial things about this tripod I found already. If I open this ball head, I can't rotate my camera 360 degrees. It doesn't go to the vertical position at all. This position is possible only because I raised the center column a bit above the level of the default state. This is just a mistake by design in my opinion, but I believe this is just to make this tripod this small. The price of this size is some compromise. But my solution for this is not switching the ball head, because, by the way, it's impossible on this tripod. So my solution is using the foldable tripod plate. So my first, more or less proper composition is just this ruin by itself, with some canopy of this beautiful chestnut tree, f8, 1/4 of a second, ISO 50, 2-second timer, focus on the corner of this building. And for sure I want to take the same composition, but the horizontal version. The sun has already set down, and my ruin just a little bit lit up with the sunset glow. And this is some kind of very simple and very blue hour-ish composition. I love this chestnut tree here, I love these bushes over here. I believe this tree and this bush makes this composition pretty balanced. f8, ISO 50, 3.2 seconds of a shutter speed. So far so good. The tripod works nicely, it's pretty steady, it's pretty comfortable. I love how easily I can adjust the height of each leg individually. And now is a nice time to check PhotoPills application just to find out where is the Milky Way tonight. Okay, this is night AR. This is my ruin. And where is the Milky Way? Milky Way is underneath. Milky Way is going this direction. So I have to point my camera to this arch, probably. I'm not sure if you can see this little dot in the sky. This is actually Venus. And I believe it's pretty funny. This is yet another application to this 1/4-inch hole in this tripod. A magic arm, and I put my Ulanzi light on it. And no, Ulanzi didn't provide me with this light. I've bought it for my own money. The affiliate link is in the description down below. So this is a pretty nice composition with 3 arches. At least I hope I figured out how to put the middle arch in the very center of my frame. Now I can see some stars, but also I can see a lot of light pollution from the villages around. And I'm not pretty sure that I will be able to shoot a Milky Way in these conditions. But in terms of the review of this thing, this tripod feels way more expensive than it is. Ulanzi built things that feels solid. This is all about this tripod, it feels solid. It has some quirks, but the major issue is not in this tripod. The major issue is here, because I'm not used to use this tripod yet. It's not a design or the build quality that makes things convenient to use, but this is a habit of a user to use this thing, and I don't have any yet, but I definitely will. Let's go downstairs and find some composition with these cornfields covering me from the light pollution of the village. I'm pretty sure you cannot see it on this camera, but the Ursa Major constellation right now is right above these ruins, and I have to try, just have to try to take a shot with this abandoned building and the Ursa Major on the background, just because I'm here. Get another composition with this building in front of the night sky. Right now the Milky Way rised up and it goes by diagonal behind this tower. I'm not pretty sure if I can catch this because first of all I've got APS-C sensor, my lens is just 2.8 aperture. At least I can see some stars, I can see some beautiful sky, and if this shot turns out to be any good, here it is. And it's not necessary, but it's funny. Since I've got several lights with me tonight, I would love to lighten up a bit with ruins with my different light sources and just make a funny shot. That's what I mean when I'm talking about having some fun. Photography is about having fun in the first place. And of course, I can stitch together two files, two shots with some stars and with lights inside the building. And if I managed out to make this shot, here it is. Thanks to PhotoPills application, I found out where is the center of the sky. You know, we are living on the sphere and the sphere is rotating, and that's why we can see stars moving around the night sky. So we are moving around, and where is the center of this movement? And I just set my Ulanzi tripod pretty low, relatively low. I point my camera in the center of this movement of the stars, the center of this night dance, and I will take a pretty long exposure to reveal with star trails in the sky. Seems like I failed this shot with star trails, just wrong settings. Probably my ISO was too high. Anyway, this is the shot. I have to operate all these switches, all these knobs in a complete dark, and my problem is that I have no muscle memory for this tripod yet. So for a conclusion, I have to say several things. First of all, this is a pretty well-built tripod, with fingers solid as hell. And I'm not surprised, because I know this is Ulanzi. Ulanzi always brings something that feels solid and not cheap, if you know what I mean. This tripod is a child of compromises. This thing is amazingly small. When it's closed, it's just barely the size of my bottle. I want to say that I really like this thing. Not because I got this tripod for free, obviously. I already got my old tripod, which is pretty solid also, but it's not that pleasant to use. And I mean, pleasant is not about convenience, it's not about comfort. It's nice to touch. It's nice to operate all these knobs and all these dials, all these rotating things. It's just pleasant. It feels like sort of Apple-ish product or something like that. I'm just a little bit afraid I will never get in love with this tripod head. This ball head is probably the most controversial part of this tripod. And I need to mention again, this ball head is not switchable. In order to change this ball head, you have to buy a center column separately. The universal center column, also made by Ulanzi, they selling this option. And probably I will end up with this option. During this session tonight, this tripod works perfectly. Like, there was no issues at all with this tripod tonight. There was an issue with the camera, with the light, with this camera, with this microphone. I've got issues with everything tonight. With these mosquitoes, with this building, with the neighbors, with villagers here. Tonight I've got a full house of problems, but not with this tripod. This is the only thing that works nicely tonight. I want to say thank you, Ulanzi, for providing me with this tripod. I will be using it for all my landscape photography adventures, so be sure you subscribe to my channel. If you find this video at least a bit entertaining, please hit the like button and push the notification bell. And which is more important, please leave me a comment. What do you think about this tripod, about my shots of tonight? Your comments are highly appreciated. Thank you for your time. And if you want to support me directly, there is a link in the description to do so. And I want to say thank you for all my donators. And Avid Start, you are the best. Let's call it a night. Thank you very much for watching. and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.